Hello friends, myself Sandeep N. Palle, Department of Mechanical Engineering, MEP Samajat, KBT College of Engineering, Nasik. Today's topic is numerical on V-belt. V-belt is basically the second most widely used type of cross-section of belt after the flat belt. It has trapezoidal cross-section, because of which there is an increase in frictional contact between the belt and pulley, so there will be more power transmission by V-belt. So when it is required to transmit large amount of power, V-belt can be used. Now we can see the V-belt having the trapezoidal cross section, and also we'll see the terminology related to it. There are two widths at the top and at the bottom, and it has a belt thickness. There is one angle which is called as included belt angle. Now we'll see the terminology. The first one is nominal width. It is denoted by B. It is the top width of trapezoidal V-belt. Then second, pitch width. It is denoted by BP. It is the width of V-belt at its pitch zone. All the V-belts, they are specified by their pitch width. Next one is nominal height or belt thickness. It is denoted by T. It is the height of trapezoidal V-belt. The next one is angle of V-belt. It is denoted by 2 phi. It is the included angle subtended by the side wall of the V-belt. So this is the angle denoted by 2 times phi. The next one is belt tension. The power is transmitted by the belt due to tension in it. Basically, there are two types of tension. The first one is the tension due to friction, and the second one is tension due to centrifugal force, that is centrifugal tension. Now the tension due to friction, it is given by T1 upon T2 is equal to e raised to mu theta upon sin phi. The derivation for this formula is similar to the derivation we have seen in flat belt. Only the addition of sin phi term. It is because the change in direction of normal reaction in case of V-belt at the point of contact. So sin phi term is added here. The second one, that is the centrifugal tension. Again, the derivation for centrifugal tension is similar to as that of flat belt, and we get the equation similar to the flat belt. So centrifugal tension for V-belt and the flat belt, they are same. Now we'll see the numericals on V-belt. The first numerical, a V-belt drive is used to transmit 30 kW power from an electric motor running at 1440 rpm to a machine running at 480 rpm. The central distance between the shaft is 1 meter. Groove angle for pulley is 38 degree, and the coefficient of friction between the belt and pulley is 0.2. The density of the belt material is 1000 kg per meter cube, and allowable tensile stress for the belt is 1.53 Newton per mm square. The cross-sectional dimension of the belt are as follows. Width of the belt at the top 37 mm, width of the belt at the bottom 19 mm, depth of belt 25 mm. Find first diameter of pulley and second maximum number of belt required. Assume maximum power transmission capacity condition for belt. So first of all, we'll write down the given data. The type of drive, it is open type and the belt is V belt. The total power to be transmitted is 30 kilowatt. So 30 to 10 raised to 3 watt. Then speed of driving and driven pulley 1440 rpm and 480 rpm. The center distance between the two pulleys x equal to 1000 mm. The angle, that is 2 phi, equal to 38 degree, that is the groove angle of pulley. Coefficient of friction mu 0.2. Density of the material rho 1000 kg per meter cube. Allowable stress sigma 1.53 Newton per mm square. Width at the top 37 mm, at the bottom 19 mm, and belt thickness 25 mm. And we have to find out diameter of pulleys, that is D1 and D2, and number of belt Z. So first of all, we will see the diameter of pulleys. For that, we require the cross sectional area of belt A, that is equal to 1/2 into 37 plus 19, that is average of the width, into 25, that is thickness. So we will get the area 700 mm square. Next is maximum permissible tension in V belt, T max, that is equal to permissible stress into the area. Permissible stress is 1.53 and area 700 mm square. So we get the maximum tension T max equal to 1071 Newton. Now there is a condition given for maximum power transmission. For maximum power transmission, the centrifugal tension should be 1/3 of the maximum tension. So Tc is equal to T max upon 3. So that is 1071 upon 3. So centrifugal tension is equal to 357 Newton. From Tc we can find out the velocity. We know that centrifugal tension is equal to m into velocity square. M is the mass, which is nothing but mass density into volume, and volume is area into length into Vb square. So Tc is 357, then rho 1000, area 700 divided by 1000 into 1000 to convert mm square into meter, and L per meter length 1. So Vb square, we'll get the value of Vb equal to 22.58 meters per second. Now pitch diameter of driving pulley D1. We know the Vb velocity of belt pi D1 N1 upon 60 into 1000. So by putting the value of velocity Vb 22.58 and N1 1440, we can get the value of D1, that is the diameter of driving pulley 300 mm. Next, diameter of driven pulley D2. From the speed ratio, that is N2 upon N1 equal to D1 upon D2. Now we can put the value of N2 480, N1 1440 and D1 300 mm. We can get the value of D2 900 mm. That is diameter of driven pulley. Then number of belts required Z. For that we required angle of contact theta s. Alpha is given by sine inverse of D2 minus D1 upon 2x. So we can put the value of D2 and D1 900, 300 and x 1000. Alpha is equal to 17.45, that is 0.3047 radian. So theta s pi minus 2 alpha. By putting the value of alpha we get angle of contact 2.5322 radians. The limiting tension ratio for V belt is T1 upon T2 is equal to e raised to mu theta upon sin phi. So we can put the value of mu, theta and phi. Phi is equal to 19 degrees because 2 phi is 38 degrees. So phi is equal to 38 by 2, 19. we'll get T1 upon T2 is equal to 4.7377. We know that T1 plus Tc is equal to Tmax. So T1 is equal to Tmax minus Tc. So 1071 minus 357 will get T1 714 Newton. And belt tension on the tight side due to friction we can get from this relation T1 upon T2 is equal to 4.73. So we can put the value of T1 here, we can get the value of T2, that is 150.7. Now power transmitted by each belt is given by T1 minus T2 into velocity. So T1 is 714, T2 is 150.7 and velocity is 22.58. We can get the power transmitted by each belt 12719.18 watt. So for number of belts required, we have the total power to be transmitted, that is 30 kilowatt, 30 into 10 raised to 3, and the power transmitted by each belt is 12719.18. So we can get the value of Z, that is 2.36, that is nothing equal to 3 belts. Second, determine the percentage increase in power transmitting capacity made possible by changing over from flat belt to V-belt drive. The respective flat pulleys rotate in the same speed as the corresponding groove pulley. The coefficient of friction between flat belt and pulley is same as that of V-belt and groove pulley, that is 0.28. The V-belt groove is 60 degree. The belts are of same material, same cross-section area. The angle of contact for flat belt and V-belt is 150 degree. So we'll write down the given data first. 2 phi 60 degree, that is the groove angle. Then mu, coefficient of friction 0.28, it is same for flat belt and V belt. Theta, angle of contact 150 degree, same, that is 2.6179 in radian. We have to find out the percentage increase in power transmission. For that we need the power transmitted by flat belt and power transmitted by V belt. So first of all we will see the power transmitted by flat belt. As the material is same, cross-sectional area and speed of both the belts, that is flat belt and V belt, they are same, hence the maximum tension in both the drives will also be the same. Now we know that for flat belt, limiting tension ratio is T1 upon T2 is equal to e raised to mu theta, that is e raised to 0.28 into 2.6179. So T1 is equal to 0.4805 into T2. So power transmitted by flat belt is equal to T1 minus T2 into velocity. So T1 with the value of T2 is 0.4805 T1. So we'll get the PF is equal to 0.5195 T1 into VB. Similarly, power transmission by V belt. For V belt, limiting tension ratio is T1 upon T2 is equal to e raised to mu theta upon sin phi. So T1 upon T2 is equal to e raised to 0.28 into 2.6179 upon sin 30, 530, that is 60 divided by 2. So we'll get T1 is equal to 0.2308 T2. Power transmitted by V belt is equal to T1 minus T2 into velocity. So T1 minus T2 is 0.2308 into T1, velocity of belt VB. So PV is equal to 0.7692 T1 into VB. To find out the percentage increase in power transmission of V belt over the flat belt. So percentage increase in power will be equal to power transmitted by V belt minus power transmitted by flat belt divided by power transmitted by flat belt into 100. So 0.7692 T1 into VB minus 0.5195 T1 into VB divided by 0.5195 T1 into VB, and for percentage multiplied by 100. So we get the percentage increase in power equal to 0.4806, that is nothing but 48.06%. We can see there is increase in power transmission if we change the belt from flat to V. I hope all you have understood this one. Thank you.